Good day, everybody. This is Question Mark, and it is June 19th, Saturday, day after release. And I was not expecting to get this so soon. And in fact, up until recently, I was not expecting to get a collector's booster box of Modern Horizons 2 at all. They are notoriously expensive, well, I've been seeing prices as high as $4.99 for a whole box. I did not pay that much. In fact, full transparency, I paid $4.13. So, as long as I get $413 worth of value out of this, then it was worth it. And the odds seem pretty good, but not guaranteed, of course. These are always a gamble. But let me go ahead and open this for you here. Oh, and I also bought a draft booster box of Modern Horizons 2, but I will not be opening this one on camera. I will, in fact, be drafting it tomorrow. But just so you know that I got that, it's on camera. I also got the Sanctum Prelate Buy a Box promo. It is a retro border foil. And I believe this is the only way to get the this version of Sanctum Prelate. In fact, I don't know if there's... I don't believe the Sanctum Prelate is in the set at all, except as a buy-a-box promo. It is a reprint, but I believe it is a new to modern reprint. The previous printing of it was in something like Conspiracy or something like that, so... It wasn't modern legal before. Now it is, and has instantly become valuable because it seems good in modern. There's a lot of cards like that in here. In fact, there's so many different varieties of cards. There's commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics, and then each one of them can be foil or non-foil. Many of them can be etched foil. Some of them can be sketches as a showcase style for this set. Some of them are borderless. I think I mentioned etch foil. I don't know. So there's a lot of different variations here. Extended art is also a thing. In fact, extended art can only be found in collector's boosters, so that's something that'll be unique to what I'm doing here. As well as... I believe Modern Horizons 1 reprints with the retro border are only available in collector's boosters. Alright, so that's a lot of chatting. Let's start opening some packs, see what kind of crazy crud I get in here. It should start... Oh, did I mention I have HappyBatty with me here today?
Hi.
So,
I'm going to be... being all ooh, shiny, and that one has a kitty and squirrel and stuff like that.
Yes. This one has a manatee.
Ooh.
Now, I have opened some Modern Horizons 2 already, so I think I'm not going to go into too much detail on all the random commons. Random common, burdened aerialist. I'll read the ones that I don't personally have committed to memory already, just for my own sake. Burdened Aerialist, Human Pirate 3, mana 3/1, enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. When you sacrifice a token, it gains flying until end of turn. Okay, seems fine. And this is going to start with, 2 foil commons. It's going to start with a number of foil commons. Dust Shell Crawler, when it enters the battlefield, pull a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. Okay, this goes in the Skullbriar deck that I've been talking about possibly restarting for the last year. Silver Bluff Bridge. I love these. Indestructible multicolor artifact lands. They enter the battlefield tapped, sure, but the upside seems worth it in a lot of cases. So that's 4 commons. Okay, so I believe all these are going to start with 4 foil commons. Then we have a foil uncommon, Terramorph. 4 mana, sorcery, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle, rebound. Oh, put it onto the battlefield untapped, and you do it twice? This seems kind of good, ladies and gentlemen. Explosive Vegetation gets 2 lands onto the battlefield tapped, and then, so that means that you can't use either of them the turn that you cast it. This puts one onto the battlefield untapped, so you can use it immediately. And then the other one, it gets the beginning of the next upkeep, but since it comes in untapped, you basically do get one additional mana over Explosive Vegetation. And Explosive Veggies is kind of obsolete in Commander now, because there are two strictly better versions of it out there. But I think people still do play it a bit. But this might be better in some cases. So that's a good foil uncommon. Tireless Provisioner is another foil uncommon. This is one of the best uncommons in the set. If you have a Land Matters deck, this makes you free food, or better yet, treasures. Even if lands don't matter, just like every turn you get a treasure probably. This seems nuts. And there are infinite combos with it. Wow. So love that in foil. Oh yeah, and this slot I believe is always going to be an etched foil basic, which, can you tell the difference on the etched foil? There's a little bit of a texture to the foiling. You can see in some of the like silver areas like this. Yeah. You can see like almost like it's stippled, like little dots all over it.
Yeah.
And from what I've been hearing, the etched foiling doesn't curl. So these are more guaranteed to be flat forever. So, that said, I got an Extended Art Gaia's Will. So it can't be cast, it can only be suspended. Suspend 4 for 1 green. Until end of turn, you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. If a card will be put into your graveyard from anywhere this turn, exile that card instead. So yeah, I've heard that this is basically Yawgmoth's Will, but in green, and you have to wait a few turns or sneak it out somehow. I don't know if this is super expensive right now, but it's a decent rare, and might be good later. We've got our first sketch, Faithless Salvaging, which has like the same guys from the Faithless Looting art, but the mood, a bit regretful, but still looking for loot. 2 mana instant, discard a card, then draw a card, rebound. I mean, there are probably decks that would want that.
What kind of border is that called?
Sketch.
Sketch? Oh, it's a sketch border. Okay.
Yep.
That's where I know what that was.
Okay, my second sketch card is a rare, Lionis Cryptozoologist. Or Lonis. I remember the difference between the normal version and the sketch. In the sketch, Lonis is not looking at us. So there must have been some note to the artist like, hey, can you have them face us? That way it's more clear that it's like about them. But yeah, Lonis is really cool. So happy to get that. That's a rare sketch. And then we got a foil common sketch, World Weary. Not too excited about that one. Got a foil uncommon sketch, Underworld Hermit. I like this. Mood. He's the Pied Piper of squirrels. If only he were like a 1/1 or a 1/3 instead of a 3/3, he would be really, really good in certain decks like Shirei, but he's not. Okay, then we've got a retro border foil common in Nested Shambler, which some people really like this one. 1 mana 1/1, when it dies, create X tapped green squirrel creature tokens, where X is Nested Shambler's power. This is another one that I strongly considered for Shirei. However, in order to get more than one token out of it, you had to give it more power. And if it has more power, then Shirei will not bring it back. So it's kind of a non-bow. If you try to do what Nested Shambler is best at, it will fail for Shirei. Also, I believe this is an etched foil, because you can see the texture on the surface of the foiling again there is like dotted.
Yeah.
So neat. Then we've got another etched foil in the retro frame. This one is Sanctifier Envec. I've been hearing people saying good things about this one for Modern specifically. It doesn't terribly excite me. 2 mana 2/2 Human Cleric. Protection from black and red. When Sanctifier Envec enters the battlefield, exile all cards that are black or red from all graveyards. If a black or red permanent, spell, or card not on the battlefield will be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. So this really wrecks black and red graveyard decks. This is it seems like a very impressive sideboard card. But I play Commander, we don't have sideboards, so that's right out. Well, this is exactly what you get collector's boosters hoping to get. A retro frame foil fetch land.
Oh, that's fancier than the one I got.
Yep, that's about as fancy as it gets.
Yeah, because I got a non-shiny Bearded Catacombs. That's super
Wow.
shiny. And
Yes.
super fancy.
Mm-hmm.
You got that bling.
Mm-hmm. So, Verdant Catacombs. Okay, so these packs are selling on store shelves. Oh, and just a treasure bird foil double-faced token. But yeah, these packs, collector booster packs for Modern Horizons 2, are selling on store shelves, places like Walmart and Target, where they're even still willing to sell them at all, for $40 individually. So that would mean that a box of 12 would cost at a Walmart $480. And you would need to get $40 worth of value out of each pack in order for it to be worth it. Foil Retro Art Verdant Catacombs by itself is worth significantly more than $40 last time I checked. So that card alone is worth more than the price of the pack. And I didn't pay $480 for the box. I paid $413. So the math is not easy for me to do in my head, but I don't need to make $40 per pack. I need to make like 32 or something in order for it to be worth it.
Oh wait, I have a calculator right here.
Okay, you can do some math while I'm laying these out.
Could you run those numbers by me again?
Yeah, if I paid $413 for 12 packs, how much does each pack cost? $34.42. Okay, so if I make $35 on average off of each of these packs, then I've turned a profit. Verdant Catacombs alone is more than that. The rest of the cards in that pack, the Sanctifier Invec, the Lannis Cryptozoologist, the Extended Art Gaia's Will, I'm not sure if they also would have come out to that amount, but I would guess maybe $20 for the rest of it. So, in any case, it's not all about money, but money is an exciting, kind of numerical way of judging how good a pack is. I will play this Verdant Catacombs. That's another way of judging it. People are going to see this. Okay, Guardian Kirin. I love that there's a new Kirin in this set, although I don't believe that it's from Kamigawa, where the rest of the Kirin are. There's like 5 or 6 Kirin from Kamigawa, because all of those are spirits. They're Kirin spirits. This one's not a spirit. Also, it says, followed the Kirin, Ojutai expression meaning died a hero's death. So this is clearly on Tarkir. Anyway, 4 mana, 2/3 flyer. Whenever another creature under you control dies, put a +1 counter on Guardian Kirin. That seems good for draft and stuff. Jewel-Eyed Cobra. Ooh, a new snake with Death Touch. On a 3 mana 3/1. Okay, I don't know why it needs Death Touch then. But when it dies, you create a treasure. Touch? Well,
I guess why not?
Sure. Chrome Courier I've been over before, seems decent. Tragic Fall, okay. Tragic Fall is so similar to Tragic Slip. Wait, it is! 2 mana instant, blah blah blah, that creature gets -13 -13 until end of turn. Instead, if you have no cards in your hand. Okay, so it is trying to do a Tragic Slip impression, but one of the best things about Tragic Slip is that it costs 1 mana. This costs 2 mana. Granted, Tragic Slip, if you don't have a Morbid trigger, only gives -1/-1. This one, if you aren't Hellbent, it gives -3/-3. Once again, seems great in draft, and I think that in decks that do plan on being Hellbent, this seems really good. Because actually, -13/-13 at instant speed kills just about everything. Even some things that are indestructible and stuff like that you might normally miss with a kill spell. Flame Rift. I love this for burn decks. I haven't seen it in Commander in a while, but...
Shiny Fire.
Yeah, Shiny Flame Rift. Then we've got... Okay, this... I'm not sure if this is an etched foil. I think it's not an etched foil. But Mishra's Factory, which... has a little watermark down here, meaning that it's a reprint that was originally in Antiquities. That's the set symbol for Antiquities. But this is the first time that it's legal in Modern. And I've been hearing people saying that as a kind of second... what do you call it? A second not Cavern of Souls, the land that becomes a 2/2. Whatever it is, I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But this is arguably better than that. The other one is a changeling, so it has certain benefits from that in tribal decks. But in non-tribal decks, the Mistress Factory is better because it can tap to boost an assembly worker. It is an assembly worker. They can boost each other. They can boost themselves on the block. So Mistress Factory is slightly more useful than the other land I can't remember the name of. Anyway, oh, this is lovely. Okay, this is one of the best planes ever made, and I have an etched foil of it now. I'm so happy to see this art returning. So I'm going to set that aside there.
Nice. Yeah,
That's beautiful. I'm absolutely going to swap out some planes in some decks with that. Then I got my extended art card, which is Yusri Fortune's Flame. So also good to note here that extended art cards like this one cannot be found except in collector's booster packs. So not draft, not set, not any other product, only collector's booster packs. Which says to me that the extended art ones are probably going to be pretty sought after. Pretty rare. Because they're only in these very expensive packs that most people can't afford to open. And that's part of why I like doing this stuff on camera is, I have been the person who can't afford to buy these things before. I probably will again. I arguably am right now. But I like opening packs. I like sharing, details and analyzing cards. And I assume most of you do too. And so I'm glad that we can share this time together kind of vicariously, So Phantasmal Dreadmaw is a card that's been plaguing me, a dinosaur that's been hunting me, and now it's in this set after being reprinted like 7 times. It's a dinosaur that doesn't make the cut in my dinosaur deck, but now it's blue, so I can't even consider it for the dinosaur deck. Seems neat for draft and stuff, though. And a sketch. Here's another sketch. Dress Down. Flash... 2 mana enchantment. When enters the battlefield, draw a card. That's always a good start. Creatures lose all abilities. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Dress Down. Okay, so this is kind of a counter spell. Like a counter activate ability, counter triggered ability, counter all the abilities of creatures for the turn spell. It's neat. I think it's more of a sideboard kind of card. I hope people aren't main decking this very much. Unless they have maybe some way of like replaying enchantments over and over again. Don't know. Okay, got another... Oh, this one's a sketch foil, Faithless Salvaging. Neat. Okay. And we've got a retro foil, Vile Entomber. I don't know this card. It's a zombie warlock, 4 mana 2/2. With Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle. Oh, this seems very useful.
Yeah, and also the foiling on those older border cards, that just looks awesome. Like, especially with the black ones, like, I really like that. It's really nice.
Oh, okay. And some people have asked, what's the difference between... it's hard to tell, especially just from description. What's the difference between the foils and the etched foils? Well, here I have on the right a normal foil on a retro frame. So... one of the ways you can tell is that normal foiling with the retro frame, there's nothing foil in the art. The foiling stops at the borders. And it has kind of a higher reflectivity, a little bit more of a like rainbowy color in the blacks there that are reflecting. So that's what a retro normal foil looks like, compared to a retro etched foil, which doesn't have as much of a rainbowy highlight, but you can see the stippling over the whole surface. I want to see if I can get that in focus. Yeah, the stippling over the whole surface. And it does go through the art as well. You can see the shininess on the art, but it's very even across the whole card. So that is the difference visually. It's subtle, and of course the normal foil, I can see maybe like a slight curvature to it even right out of the pack. The etched foil, on the other hand, is flat, 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 and will likely stay that way. So Just throwing that out there. Magmatic Sinkhole is neat. I don't know. Oh, okay. We got a Modern Horizons 1 reprint with retro frame in etched foil, and it's a good one. Plague Engineer. Believe this one does see modern play. It is an anti-tribal card. So if you're playing like a black kind of mid-low to the ground deck, and especially if you play against a lot of tribal, Plague Engineer might be the way to go. If you're dealing with elves and goblins and merfolk and slivers and stuff like that all the time, consider playing Plague Engineer. It's a 3-mana 2/2 with Death Touch. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type your opponents control get -1/-1. And I especially love it because it has been errated to be a Phyrexian carrier. This is one of the cards that I was writing up for a while. Was likely going to be errated to be Phyrexian. I was right. And it is an etched foil with a retro frame, so that's nice. And, oh, yeah, one more good card in the pack, though, Sylvan Anthem. This is a foil sketch card. It is hard to tell, though. Can you? Okay, yeah, you can see a little bit of rainbow color there. There's so much white on here that it's hard to tell. And I don't see any reflectivity to the art. It's only to the outside. Yeah, it's so hard to tell. Also, I do have a light that is directly above me, but it was giving too much glare straight onto the cards. So, yeah. Okay. Ooh, and then we got a foil squirrel token with a crab on the back. Neat. Okay. So many different styles here. I actually have doubled up on some of my stacks that are off camera. So right now I've got, I guess these are retro framed foils that are rare. But then we've got uncommon ones. I don't know. I heard that there are 16 different styles when you count them all up. All right. Knighted Mirror. 3-mana 2/2 Mirror Knight artifact creature. Adapt 1 for 3 mana. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Knighted Mirror, it gains double strike until end of turn. And adapt means you can put a +1/+1 counter on it if it doesn't already have one. Yeah. Draft. Draft commons. Captured by Legax is pacifism plus a couple of +1/+1 counters. Seems neat. Shattered Ego makes a creature smaller. Put enchanted creature into its owner's library third from the top. Neat. Arcbound Prototype. This is cool. I like the flavor text on this one. It flickered to life, saw itself alone, and began to build. So it's implying that this is like the first sentient life on Mirrodin before anything else showed up. That's a neat bit of lore. Steel Dromedary. Hey, haven't seen many camels in a while. Haven't seen any camels since, I think, Amonkhet, or Hour of Devastation, maybe? And even then, not many. 3-mana 2/2 Steel Dromedary enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Steel Dromedary doesn't untap during your untap step if it has +1/+1 counters on it. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from Steel Dromedary onto target creature. So it literally just carries your stuff, and then it can only move once it has unloaded its stuff onto your army. Neat, I guess. Blazing Rootwalla is Basking Rootwalla, but red, basically. A 1-mana 1/1 lizard. Has Madness 0. But it has a little different ability here. It gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. Neat. Then we've got the Etched Foil Forest, which is a beautiful John Avon forest. The etch foiling is kind of subtle, but I like it in this case. Oh my. So we have an extended art fetch land, Arid Mesa. So extended art fetch lands, much like the retro border foil fetch lands, are, I believe, are only found in collector's boosters. So this is another variation that should be very rare and very valuable.
Damn. Do you need me to get some sleeves?
I've got some sleeves.
No, like just basic sleeves that you don't have to open right now, just to put stuff like that in.
No, I'm going to leave everything unsleeved until the video's done.
Okay.
I'll sleeve everything up at the end.
Okay. All right.
So that's amazing. Wow. Okay, we're on what, pack 3? Yeah, we're on pack 3, and this one's already worth it. Late to dinner, love this card. Not going to get into it too much. I want to go a little quicker through some of these. I got a Borderless Counterspell. It is non-foil, but it's still very cool. I love this style of art, actually. And it's listed as a rare, even though it's Counterspell. I've got like 20 Counterspells. Oh, nice. Okay, how do I... Right, I don't have a slot for Borderless yet, so... But a retro frame foil Talisman of Curiosity. I love the talismans, and I love them in this style, except in green decks. You really don't need them in green decks, so this is not one that I need. But it's cool. I guess I'll put it over here. Blacksmith's Skill. This card seems super sick, too. 1 white for an instant. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. If it's an artifact creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I think Jay's going to want to play this in decks.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to protect his stuff.
He's going to want to trade you for that if he doesn't have
Oh,
one.
yeah. Etched foil,
I think
retro.
he might be getting some Modern Horizons, too,
no.
but I'm not sure.
Not etched foil, but... Okay. I doubt he's getting as much as me. I went kind of crazy.
Yeah. He doesn't go as hard, but
Yeah.
I don't know. He might get it, but if he doesn't, he's gonna want yours.
Yes. Step Through. That's an etched foil retro frame card. Oh, Wonder. Okay, so that's a new to modern reprint foil. I think that's an etched foil again here. Yeah, because it covers the art. And Wonder is a great card. It's a little bit of a bummer to me that it's being reprinted as a rare. It has been an uncommon in the past, but it is a good card. Last big exciting thing. Yes! Okay, I'm trying to figure out where to put the other card I just opened first before continuing. It's a foil rare. I don't know. Thrasta, Tempest's Roar. This is a foil? This is a foil. This is actually one of the, maybe the card I wanted most from this set, was a borderless foil big old dino.
He's so big.
So this is exactly what I was hoping to get.
And raw.
Yes. I have a dinosaur tribal deck that the main thing it does is drop dinos for free, so I'm always hoping for those big dinos, and this is one of the biggest, meanest dinos in years. Since Ixalan, anyway. So yeah, 12 mana, 7/7, but it costs 3 less for each other spell you've cast this turn. So if you manage to cast like I don't know, a ramp spell or 2, an elf, a soul ring, same turn as this, you can really get that mana cost down. Of course, Gishoth doesn't care about mana cost. Ignore that. It has trample, and trample over planeswalkers, and haste. And it has hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn. So this card is amazing, excellent, and this is exactly the version of it I wanted. I'm so pleased. I don't know that this is a terribly expensive card either, so I figured after all these packs, if I didn't get it, this is the #1 card I wanted to order in singles, but I got that lucky. Okay, I am turning out to be exactly as lucky as I was hoping to be so far. What else could I hope for from this set? I mean, more fetch lands, Scalding Tarns, Misty Rainforests. Those would be cool. They're always good. They're valuable. Other than that, it's now suddenly escaping me what the good cards in this set are that I could hope for. But there are definitely others out there. So I got some foil commons. That's fine. Oh yeah, I want Asmarana, Martika Dice, and a Koldakar. I hope I impress somebody.
Damn, I can't do it. You know how hard it is for me to pronounce some normal words.
Yeah, well, I grew up being into dinosaurs when I was a child, learning how to spell things like Pachycephalosaurus and things like that. And so this is like an extension of that. So yes, it did take, 20 or 30 tries practicing it. But I've had that practice now.
Got there.
I got there. Oh, Gorilla Shaman. That's another new to modern reprint, which is going to mess some people up with... you can destroy artifacts based on how much mana they cost. So if it's like a 0 mana artifact, you blow it up easy. Good. Gone. Okay. Oh, that's a beautiful land. Etched foil. This is like island paradise. This is chilling on the beach with a cool drink. This is perfect beach vibes. And I'm gonna pass this on to you here. As you remember, just a second ago, I was like, "What else could I possibly want? I don't know, a fancy version of Scalding Tarn or something." And hey, a fancy version of Scalding Tarn. Yeah, so extended art Scalding Tarn. Ask and you shall receive. Wow. Sudden Edict. Cool. Not sure if it's going to see commander play. It just gets one player, but it seems good. Etched, or not etched, sketch. Uncommon there. And then we got Dermotaxi, the best pun in this or any other set. If you don't get the pun, they're riding around in this vehicle with wheels, so it's like a taxi. Dermo is a prefix meaning skin. So they are riding around kind of in the skin of this mammoth. And taxidermy is when you turn a dead thing into like a trophy, this is taxidermy and a dermotaxi. It's a triple pun. It's amazing. And a decent rare in sketch. Okay, got another etched foil common here. Same one I got before. It's good. Got a sketch foil of Abundant Harvest. Not sure how good this card is. Seems kind of good. It's competing against a lot of other things, but pretty fancy. Etched foil Soul Snare. I'm not really big on this card, so I'm going to just keep going here. Where do I put this? I'm so confused now. Oh, okay, so we got a retro frame Timeless Dragon, and one of the things I love about the retro frame, it has the graveyard tombstone up in the top left corner, which I think they never should have gone away with. Sure, it's a little like cartoony maybe, but it clearly indicates cards in your graveyard that have abilities in your graveyard. And I think that could be clearer. Timeless Dragon is a version of Eternal Dragon, but it has Eternal Eyes. Like Eternal Dragon does not. And Eternal Dragon is also a 7 mana 5/5 flyer. This is a 5 mana 5/5 flyer, which in white is pretty good. The plane cycling is an excellent ability. I would almost recommend it for a cycling deck like Gavi Nest Warden, except when you do a basic land cycle, it doesn't draw a card, and Gavi specifically cares about when you draw 2 or more cards in a turn. So the basic land cycling, unfortunately, doesn't really work quite with that. But still a cool card, and oh gosh. Okay, so we got another retro framed foil fetch land, Marsh Flats.
You're opening money.
Yes, I am.
You're opening up shiny money.
Absolutely, I am. So I have opened, I think, is it 4 or 5 packs? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left. So I've opened 4 packs and gotten 4 alternate border fetch lands so far. Each of them is worth over $20. Most of them are probably worth more like $40, $60. So yeah, doing pretty good so far. Also, there were other cards in these packs.
There's this bit of a song that I have stuck in my head that now is running in my head now. It's from a group called Young Scrolls. They make like funny rap songs about Elder Scrolls like Skyrim and stuff. So it's like flexin' like Sithis, ooh, flexin' like Sithis.
Oh jeez. Oh,
flexin'
by the way,
like Sithis, damn.
I like Draykeeper. Draykeeper is a 5 mana 2/2 elf druid. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 green squirrel creature tokens. And for 4 mana, squirrels you control get plus 1/+0 and gain menace until end of turn.
Those are menacing squirrels.
Yes. In fact, that's something I would love to get. I would love to get, I think it's Chatterfang is the name.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I would love to get more legendary creatures in this set generally. Because there are quite a few, and they give you fodder for commander decks. So last time I asked and I received a Scalding Tarn, give me a legend. Something to inspire me. Clattering Augur. We have use for that. We were talking about Clattering Augur the other day as being good in a Shirei deck. Because it's a 2-mana 1/1. It can't block, but when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. And so it cycles, it loops with Shirei. Also, if something happens to the loop, you can pay 4 mana and return it from your graveyard to your hand and do the loop over again. So it seems pretty good. Foil uncommon. Etched Foil Mountain. That's great. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got an extended art Profane Tutor. I really like Profane Tutor, and the extended art version is the prettiest version. So this is literally tutor through your deck for any card. The same mana cost as Demonic Tutor. You could say it's strictly worse, because you can't cast it. You have to suspend it for 2 turns, and so it is a Demonic Tutor you have to wait 2 turns for. However, in my experience, I actually have a hard time deciding what I want to tutor for. Even in my own decks that I've played a lot.
Actually,
what do I want?
One of the people that I played against this morning used that card.
So what I like about it is you get to play it and then spend the next 2 turns thinking about what you want, watching the board play out. And then you go tutor. Now, granted, your opponents are going to know that's happening, so if they are playing some kind of counter spell or, I don't know, you can't search your library kind of spell, they could intercept it kind of, or opposition agent, that would be bad. But also, I like that with Demonic Tutor, you have to pay 2 mana to search for the thing, and then you have it in your hand now, for better or for worse. If you wanted to search up a 4 mana spell, you have to tap 2 your mana to go get it. You must have had like 6 mana in order to do it on the same turn. Like if you need a Damnation, you gotta have 6 mana in order to do them both in the same turn. But with this, you can spend 2 mana on 1 turn. 2 turns later, you do the tutoring, and you can cast the spell immediately with all of your mana available. So, maybe you do cast it, because I don't like casting Demonic Tutor on turn 2, because I never know what I want then. I guess it's just Soul Ring. But, so I like this card a lot. I could talk about it for a while.
That sounds good. It tutors profanely.
Yes. And I love the art by Richard Kane Ferguson, depicting Dakon forging the Black Blade, being directed by Gayadrone Dihada, I think is her name. I had never heard of her before, so I just learned her name. Kitchen Imp seems good in a Madness deck. I like that we're getting more Madness cards for the Madness decks. Search the Premises. I'm on the fence about whether or not this is good. This is kind of like a Ghostly Prison, except your opponent doesn't have to pay. They have to give you clues. And I think that that's a much easier decision for most important opponents. They'll probably let you have clues. They'll probably be like, oh, well, if I kill you, then you can't crack the clues for cards. So, I don't know. I kind of wish it were 3 mana in that case. The same mana as Ghostly Prison. It's certainly not better than Ghostly Prison and deserving of being 4 mana. So, got a foil sketch Gargadon. I don't like Gargadon very much. Got a foil retro frame Marble Gargoyle. That's neat. I've talked about it in a previous video. Foil Tribute Mage. This is a Modern Horizons 1 reprint. And it is cool, although I tend to not play many artifact decks, so I probably won't be using it much myself. And Enchantress's Presence is a new to modern reprint from Onslaught. Very good. There's actually a lot of cards in this set that are good for Enchantress, so Enchantress is probably going to become a deck in Modern now, and in Commander it's better now than ever. So Enchantress's Presence is already a pretty good card. It likely just got better.
Hmm.
And it's a foil, of course. And then,
Ooh.
yay! I forgot that I wanted this.
Oh, I actually got one. Not as fancy, but I have one of those.
Yes, that's right. You did.
Yes.
So I got a extended art foil Yavimaya Cradle of Growth.
Yeah.
That is one of the most exciting cards in this set.
Oh, yeah. I put mine in my cat deck.
Oh, good. I was suggesting that would be a good place for it.
I did find a place for it. It is in there now.
Wow, wow, wow.
I did replace it with a good card that was proxied, which I'll put that other card back in it later. It's just like, I was going to play online with people I didn't know, so I'm like, okay, and they're okay with proxies, but I'm still just like, okay, this, I'll just reduce the amount of proxies.
Do you remember what it was that you cut for it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was late last night when I couldn't sleep.
Oh, okay. You were up pretty late.
I don't know what kind of decision. I don't know all the decisions I made.
Okay. Well, you were sleepy.
I'm going to fix up that deck, but it still did well. I almost won.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. You did a good job. And
I'll fetch that VOD when I can.
Okay. And yeah, Yavimaya Cradle of Growth. I've been telling people I told people like when it was first spoiled. When the set comes out, maybe wait a week or two or something, but if you don't randomly pull Yavimaya in one of these packs, whatever amount of this set you were planning on buying, this is the single to buy. I mean, fetch lands, sure, if you need fetch lands, though, because you've got spaces for them in your deck. This, if you aren't sure if you need it, get at least one and get it soon, because I guarantee you this is going to become a staple in Commander forever.
Does it tap for land itself?
It counts itself as a forest, and so it will indeed produce green mana.
Okay.
Just like Urborg makes itself a swamp. Although, it only applies on the battlefield. So if you have a card that says search your library for a forest, it doesn't count as a forest in your library.
Okay.
But it does on the battlefield, so yes, it taps for green.
That is good to know. But it doesn't say forest on it, so I would assume you can't search when it says forest, so...
That's correct. Moving on a little bit here, Jade Avenger is one of the kind of teases in this set for me. I love Samurai, and I've been wanting there to be a Samurai Commander since Commander has been a thing. But there really needs to be a legendary red and white Samurai in order to play all the decent Samurai that are out there. Because there's like one green Samurai, there's a couple of black ones, there's no blue ones. So just a red and white Samurai Commander is what I really need. And we got a Samurai, and it's a frog.
Oh yeah, Frog Samurai. I got one of those. I don't know if mine is foil, but like when I open it up, I'm like, ooh, Frog Samurai.
Yeah, and also I like that it reminds me of Frog from Chrono Trigger. Although he is definitely not a samurai, he is definitely a knight. He uses one sword and not two. But still, I like certain things about this, but it's a near miss for me, both on the Chrono Trigger thing of, he's not a knight, he's a samurai, and of that it doesn't help the samurai deck at all. So it's a good card on its own, but it narrowly misses two excellent things.
It's like a children's rhyme.
Froggy fighter at the gate, draw your sword and meet your fate. Traditional children's rhyme.
Yeah. Yay.
So it is very cool. It is very cool. And I know it's a reference to Chub Toad, which, I kind of wish, let's see, there was another name that I had for it, and I can't remember it now. Breathless Knight is pretty cool, if I remember right. 3 mana, 2/2, flying, lifelink. Whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature entered the graveyard, or cast it from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Breathless Knight. Okay, so whenever you resurrect a creature, basically, it gets a counter. And on a 2/2 flying lifelink for 3, that seems great. Dustshell Crawler, we've been over it. Tavern Scoundrel seems very good. In the coin flip decks, just making 2 treasure tokens every time you win a flip, that's amazing. I don't have a coin flip deck, but if I did, I'd play this in it for sure. Scurry Oak. 3 mana, 1/2, evolve Treefolk. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Scurry Oak, you may create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Yeah, so I would definitely play this in a squirrel deck.
Squirrel tree.
Although it's going to be hard to evolve the Scurry Oak in a squirrel deck, because it evolves when a creature enters the battlefield under your control that has more power or toughness than this. So you got to have at least 2 power the first time, and then at least 3 power the second time, something like that. That's going to be hard in Squirrels, but the payoff is good, and the flavor is good.
Squirrel tree.
And also, Wizards, Mark Rosewater in particular, has been talking about making a card called Moose and Squirrel for a long time. And this is the closest that they've come. They actually finally got Squirrel, but it's not a moose, it's a tree folk. Tide Shaper. Merfolk players rejoice. I'm not a Merfolk player, though. Could be. It actually does tempt me a little bit to try to build like a modern Merfolk deck, but this is a pretty cool etched foil swamp. Ooh, okay. Academy Manufactor. This is definitely a card I want from this set because I'm working on a food deck. There are plenty of decks out there that are making treasures on the regular now, from Smothering Tithe to Dockside Extortionist and a bunch of other stuff. This card seems sick and goes in any color deck. Yeah, really cool, really cool. Glad to get an extended art version of it, or any version of it. That's really nice. Abundant Harvest, solid. Ooh, we got a Borderless Turok? Dinosaur Hunter? No. Dread Canter. 2 mana for a 2/1 legendary creature human cleric. I did ask to get another legendary creature, and they gave me one. This is not one that excites me personally, though. It's like small black, or... It has kicker 2 black, protection from white. Whenever an opponent discards a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Torak. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. Where the emphasis should be, or whatever. When Torak enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, target opponent discards 2 cards at random. See, I just don't like targeting a specific player for discard. I don't like it only triggering when it enters the battlefield as a kicker. So I'm never going to build this deck, but it is a cool borderless mythic rare. Mm-hmm. Then I got a foil Mind Collapse with a retro frame. That's cool. It's cool. Foil Magmatic Sinkhole with a retro frame. Wait, another foil Mind Collapse. Hold on.
Mine's collapsing here.
Mines really do be collapsing, though, don't they?
I mean, yes.
Okay, we were talking about the difference between normal foil and etched foil here. This is the issue. On the right, I believe we have a normal foil. On the left, we have an etched foil. So, the difference is subtle. Once again, I believe that on the retro borders, the normal foil has no foiling on the art, whereas the etched foil does go through the art. And the normal foil has a little bit of a rainbow effect that's hard to see except in like the white areas. The etched foil is not really rainbowy. So I hope that's a very clear depiction of what I'm talking about here, even though it is hard to tell from looking at them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to call the professor and tell him that I got his most desired card. A retro frame foil Svilon of the Sea and Sky, which is, I believe, the card he wants most from this set. And yeah, actually, hey, Prof, I got a Merfolk for trade you might be interested in.
Yeah, like he actually lives in the city now, right?
Yeah, he lives in Portland, and so do I. So I'm gonna hit him up.
Trade.
I'm genuinely gonna hit him up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Slide into his DMs. Tell him you got something. You got a sweet deal for him.
Also, retro frame foil Goblin Engineer. That's really good. I've been considering playing that in a deck. I forget which one. Kiki Jiki, maybe? Yeah, seems real good. Okay. I need to be moving through these a little faster. We've been here better part of an hour already. I'm halfway through. I don't want this to go to 2 hours.
So it's probably be getting a little bit faster. Let's see.
And I feel like I've shown off the difference between the 2 different foiling styles. Don't need to do that again. But it was neat to get 2 in the same pack. Well, I don't know about neat. It was convenient for illustrative purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Dihada's Ploy. Nice. We get to learn a little bit about Dihada. Marble Gargoyle. Normal foil. Tyzerus Charger. Is a black Pegasus. Neat. Tanglepool Bridge. I really, really like these artifact lands, and I'm glad to be getting more of them. Bone Shredder foil. Okay, that might replace one that's in a deck right now. Might be a fancier version. Constable of the Realm is a giant soldier. If I remember right, I'm not going to be playing in my giant tribal deck, despite me including the color white. 5 mana, 3/3 Renown. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't Renown, put 2+1 counters on it, and it becomes Renown. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Constable of the Realm, exile up to one other target non-land permanent until this leaves the battlefield. So it's a Fiend Hunter, kind of, but you've got to actually hit somebody before it gets large. I think it's too many hoops to jump through. I'm not doing it. Etched Foil Forest, that's nice. Extended Art Rishadan Dockhand. Okay. That's another one that Professor might want, although it's not foil. He might just only want to go for the fanciest of the fancy.
Well, worth it up for that too.
I'll let him know.
Might as well say, hey, also got this other thing.
We got Road to Ruin, which is cool. Oh, here's one I was interested in.
Ooh.
Gaedron Dihada, and it's the sketch version.
Ooh.
Okay, so we got a Planeswalker. There's a lot to go over here, but basically it has protection from things with corruption counters on them, and it puts corruption counters on things, and then steals the things with corruption counters permanently. It seems like a cool card. I don't know what I'm going to play it in, but I want to. Undead Augur. 2 mana, 2/2 zombie wizard. Whenever it or another zombie you control dies, you draw a card and lose a life. That seems great. Sketch Foil Faithless Salvaging. Already got a couple of those. Let's see. I guess... Oh, it's so hard to keep track of all this stuff, all these different styles. Etched Foil, Uncommon, Reprint, Hunting Pack. Seems cool. We got a Storm deck going on here. And then we've got a Retro Frame Etched Foil Karth the Lion. Who is really good in a Planeswalker deck. Normally you call Planeswalker decks Super Friends, but this is black-green, so it's likely going to be Super Fiends.
Hey, it says he's a lion, but that looks like a human.
Oh, that's a lie. He's a liar. Karth the Liar is more like it. Although he is the founder... No. But...
I'm making a very disappointed face.
Yes. But he is the progenitor of House Carthalion. So, I don't know. Also, confusingly, his name is not Karth. He's from the city of Karth, which was destroyed by Gaedron Dihada. So, he's just like the man from Karth. But then people just started calling him Karth. And then he found out it was Carthalion. Anyway... then we got Nykthos Paragon as a foil sketch card, which is cool. I may play this in my life gain deck because it's 6 mana, 4/6 enchantment creature. Whenever you gain life, you put that many +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. So I have an extort deck that when I gain life, it tends to be 3. So put 3 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control? Yeah, that seems worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
Shiny token.
Yeah, shiny token.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. I've got so much sorting to do when this is all over, because there's so many different versions of everything.
I'll be back for more commentary when you get back.
Okay.
Or when I get back. I think get back.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to keep plowing ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Thopter token, we're on the back. Oh, right, there's a dragon in this set. There's a dragon I really want in this set. Mount Velis Manticore is not it. Cabal Initiate is not it either. Neat, though. Mental Journey is cool. Chatterstorm Foil, that's nice. Okay, glad to have it. Might be playing this in a Storm deck. Might be playing this in a Squirrel deck. I don't know if I'm going to build either of those, but I might. I could. Specimen Collector seems neat. It's an uncommon foil. Arcbound Whelp, also an uncommon foil. That's Foil Mountain. Here's where we get into the possibly exciting stuff. Yep. Extended Art Misty Rainforest. Added to the collection. Added to the collection. Oh my god. Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's actually one of each of the fetch lands now. That's a good collector booster box when you get one of each fetch. Oof. And Moderation, that's a card I was curious about. I want to try it. Glad to get a rare sketch. And we got a foil sketch of Timeless Witness. A lot of people are really loving this card. They're like, oh, it's Eternal Witness, but better because it's got Eternal Eyes. What I don't like about it is that without Eternal Eyes, it is a strictly worse Eternal Witness. Right? Strictly worse. I think that it should have 1 more power or toughness. Be a 3/1 or a 2/2. A 2/2 would seem fine to me. And then you attack Eternal Eyes on that. That also seems fine still. In fact, the Eternal Eyes, it comes back as a 4/4. So it doesn't even matter like what the power and toughness is originally printed at. So I think that's a missed opportunity. But people are still going to play it. Just not me excitedly. Okay. Yeah, I've completely lost my scheme over here. We got a foil retro border Aeromoeba, which is cool. We got a foil retro border Goblin Anarchomancer, which I love. If you're playing red-green, I mean, just play this. If you're playing Goblin Shamans, yes. This seems amazing. Okay, I need to call Jay. Karmic Guide is one of his favorite cards. He plays it in every deck that he can. I have lost so many games to Karmic Guides, bringing back, Revel Arcs mostly. And I got an etched foil with the watermark on it. He's going to want this so bad. But there's one more card. Ooh, okay. We got a foil extended art Zabaz the Glimmer Wasp. I didn't have plans to make a deck with this myself, but this is like the best, fanciest, rarest version of this card. And it seems good. I just wasn't planning on building a red-white modular deck, but you could, and it would probably be pretty good. And we got a foil clue that's a Thopter on the other side. So, wow. Okay. 4 packs left. I'm going to keep on rolling. By the way, what you missed was a foil extended art Zabaz and a extended art Misty Rainforest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. And that actually means I have one alternate frame of every fetch land in this set now. Bone Shards is pretty good. Probably going to see play in some sacrifice decks, some aristocrats. Shiny Fish, which for some reason does not have the creature type fish, is an elemental that just looks a lot like a fish, I guess. Unbounded Potential. Nice, I guess. Sea Drake is a reprint. Foundation Breaker. You might like this for elementals. 3 and a green for a 2/2 creature elemental. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment, and it has Evoke, so you can cast it for 2 mana and sacrifice it, just for the effect. Seems good alongside, like, Omnath.
Yeah.
The mad one.
Yeah.
Then we get into Etched Foil Island, which looks beautiful.
Ooh.
I love how rich the colors are on these.
Yeah. I really like those ones.
Then, one of the exciting slots. Whoop! Blood Marauder. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to play this card in anything, and I was excited for a second. I thought it might have been the dragon. So we're still waiting on the dragon. World Weary, I'll set that aside. Grist. Borderless Grist.
Oh.
That is wild. This is the Planeswalker
Whoa.
that is a creature when it's not on the battlefield. And it's a Planeswalker, but it's also a skeleton of some big monster held together by bugs. And we got a lore dump from it, just a paragraph. And the paragraph turned out to be basically a children's tale about, like, don't go into the woods or the grist will get you. That's pretty much it. So we still don't really know anything about the grist except that it's spooky.
It is spooky and mysterious.
Mm-hmm. And somehow a bunch of bugs that can planeswalk. When they said specifically before that only sentient beings can planeswalk, which is why you don't have like a planeswalking, I don't know, slug or something. Step through, retro frames, cool, foil. Brainstone, that's cool. That's what I have to say about a lot of these. Okay, reprint, foil. That's foil, okay. Shardless Agent, retro frame, etch foil, rare. This is probably valuable. This is probably sought after. I don't have a deck for it, but it's very nice to have gotten. And Necrogoyf. Okay.
Shiny.
So I think this is going to be good in some things, but nothing that I'm playing. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card. And it's a 5-mana star 4. Its power and toughness... Sorry, its power is equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. Oh, right, this has Madness, so this could go in the Anji Falcon Wrath deck.
Yeah, the one I need to work more on that one.
Yeah.
It needs work.
We got 3 packs left. So far, I think I'm way ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Like, if you're playing the booster box game, you would probably need to go get another box.
Yep. In fact, I can't wait to see the Professor's booster box game on this set because he's likely gonna roll for a while.
Yeah, and these are expensive boxes, too.
I mean, the sooner that he does the booster box game, the more valuable these cards are going to be. And actually, this common in foil might be $2 because this common is about to like take over Pauper. It seems good in other formats potentially because just Mirror Enforcer, which is already a very good Pauper card, but with artifact land cycling, which is an excellent ability. Viashino Lashclaw is neat. Rakdos Headliner. I have not seen this card. 2 mana, 3/3 haste with Echo, and the Echo is discard a card. Okay, cool. Batterbone. 2 mana living weapon. It is a foil. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance and lifelink. Oh, there are a lot of decks that I like having equipment that give lifelink. Oh wait, the equip cost is 5? Never mind, that seems way too much. Yeah. Maybe good in like a Gwyn deck?
It's good in a deck that could reduce the cost or maybe even make it free to equip.
Yeah. Okay, past the plains, we got a Soul Talisman. So I'm really not sure how good this card is, but it's probably good. It's a Soul Ring you have to wait 3 turns for, which in any other format would be like, sign me up! But in Commander we can just play actual Soul Ring and not have to wait 3 turns.
Well,
it's legal.
You have both of these in the deck.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing some weird colorless stuff where like you can have 2 things that tap for colorless and it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
We got the Sketch Jade Avenger. That's neat. Sketch Persist. I really like the card Persist. I'm glad to get any version of it. I like that does kind of do Persist. That like when a creature dies, you return to the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it. Basically. Monoskellion with a retro frame. Okay, not super into this one. Jade Avenger again in sketch form in the same pack, but this time it's foil. Neat. Llanowar Tribe as a Modern Horizons 1 reprint in foil with the retro borders. That's cool. Elf decks do sometimes play it. Yeah. I actually have an elf deck, and I don't play this in it because I'm playing green-black elves, and this is triple green.
Yeah.
Douthie Voidwalker. This is retro frame foil. This is one of the most powerful cards in this set, depending on what format you're looking at. This card is sick as hell. A 2 mana 3/2, so that's above the curve. Shadow, so it can't block creatures without shadow, but also can't be blocked except by creatures with shadow. So it's practically unblockable.
Yeah, because like, who has shadow anymore? Like
people who are playing Douthie Voidwalker, and that's about it. And if a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it with a void counter on it. So it's Leyline of the Void as well, which is a 4 mana spell. And you can tap and sacrifice it, choose an exile card an opponent owns with a void counter on it, and you may cast it. Sorry, you may play it, so it works with lands. And you may play it without paying its mana cost.
Huh.
So, if someone like mills a time warp or something, then you exile it with a void counter on it, and then you can time warp for free. Like, there's so much potential here. This card's amazing. It's above curve for just the power and toughness for mana cost, and then it's got 3 huge upsides. Wow. And then I get an extended art foil Piru the Volatile, which I believe I know someone who wants this. His name is Post Malone.
Huh. Yeah.
Literally, when we were watching the recap of the round table the other day, he was saying one of the commanders he was most excited about from this set was Piru the Volatile. And this is the fanciest version of it, I believe. Extended art foil. So I know I have like 7 subscribers. I'm sure Post Malone is one of them, and he'll see this.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, actually, he even joked about, like, if you contact him on Instagram, that's like the easiest way to get into his contacts. So
yeah, he's like, hey, Posty. Posty, he wants some magic bling.
Yeah, then again, he can probably get them from anybody, and he lives in the Los Angeles area.
Yeah.
So, hey Posty, why don't you come on up to Portland? You can hang out with me and the professor, and I'll give the professor this Merfolk God.
Seems like a guy that would enjoy hanging out in Portland.
Oh, I bet he would.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He'd have to try like our local like ales and IPAs and rum and all that, and mead and all that stuff. All of our alcohols. Which, yeah. So, break ties. It took me a while to find out that these are Hannah's parents. So this is likely Hannah's locket with her dad Baron and her mom, I think her name is Jaina. Or Raina. She got a card back in like Urza's Legacy or something. I don't know. No one plays it. Rain, maybe? Maybe it's just Rain. Rayne, something like that. Haven't seen her much in the lore. Card seems good, though. It has, like, 4 modes on it, basically. Like, it's one of those cards where none of the modes is, like, that good, but having 4 modes on an instant is very versatile. Excellent in draft. Fodder Tosser, neat. Seal of Cleansing. People still play this in Enchantress decks. It's good. Flame Blitz. Oh, this is that poor guy from all those curses from a couple Commander decks ago. At the beginning of your end step, Flame Blitz deals 5 damage to each Planeswalker, cycling a 2. So this absolutely should go in your cycling deck, by the way. Because this is one of those cards that is very powerful under the right circumstance, but the circumstance is somewhat rare. So you can just cycle it most of the time. You'll know when you need it and when you don't. Okay? Okay. You can use some caffeine or a nap or something, maybe. Etched Foil Swamp, that's cool. Extended Art Dalthy Voidwalker. Okay. Rakdos Headliner Sketch, that's cool. Ignoble Hierarch, that's another one of the cards I wanted most from this set. Noble Hierarch is one of my favorite cards in Magic history. I won a big tournament with 4 copies of it, and this is its alter ego. So, yeah, I don't have a deck in these colors, I don't think right now, but it makes me want to build one. It's super, super good. Combine Chrysalis, this is a foil. Oh yeah, this wasn't foil, was it? I think this was a non-foil. No, yeah, this was non-foil. Okay. Combine Chrysalis is foil. Creature tokens you control are flying. I mean, if you're building a creature token deck, seems cool. Okay, then we've got Terminal Agony. 4 mana sorcery, destroy target creature with madness of 2. So I think this is once again going to be good in the Angie Falconwrath deck.
It's green.
No, it's not.
It's reflections made it look like green at this angle.
And this is the retro border, so that's cool.
Yeah, it is in the right color. So.
Yeah, it is
gold
gold
if it has
border.
Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen Madness break the color pie. Whatever.
Yeah, not much really, but so I don't like this card because, like, this part is Terminate as an instant, But to do Terminate at sorcery speed for twice as much mana, not into it. Only reason I can see to play it is if you've got a deck. In fact, Anji Falconwrath is the only reason I can see to play it outside of Limited, outside of Draft.
Yeah.
Ooh, Glimmerbairn. I think Glimmerbairn is really cool, but I've talked about it in a video already. Archmage's Charm. I believe this is a card that went way up in value recently when they announced that Counterspell was being reprinted, I believe, into Modern, because this is like a super Counterspell. Because I guess some people figured they're going to be building some kind of mono blue counter everything deck, and this goes in it. And this is the foil retro frame, so this is very valuable, I think. Wow, I got a sketch foil Dakon Shadow Slayer.
Whoa.
I'm getting a little like kind of exhausted by all of this, honestly, like overwhelmed, tired. Phyrexian Germ. Yes, I do. So I don't know that I have much to say about Dakon Shadow Slayer. Voice is tired. I've been talking a lot, but that's amazing. And last pack.
I got
last pack. Wonderful. Hi, kitty. We got Mistvault Bridge. Scophos. I really want that dragon. I want that dragon still.
Want the dragon.
Slagwood's Bridge. That might be a single I pick up afterwards.
Got some value.
Ooh, foil Ornithopter of Paradise. Great. I was going to play that in a deck.
Yeah, maybe since we can see people we trade.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my plan was always, and it is with most sets, buy some bulk because I want the commons and uncommons, and if there are fancy versions, I kind of want a smattering of those, so the collector's boosters are nice. But then whatever is left over that I still want, I buy as singles. But along the way, I might end up with a few things that are very special, like Thrasta here, and some stuff that other people might want, like Sviolun. Anyway, Etched Foil Forest, and then we get into the exciting stuff. Extended Art Sanctum Weaver. So I'm not playing an Enchantress deck, but to the people who are, this seems great.
Yeah.
Gargadon, not interested. Oh my god.
Wow.
So a borderless Violence of Sea and Sky. That's the other really fancy version. I think the Professor prefers the retro frame over the borderless. Now, this could still have been foil and isn't, so there is a slightly fancier version of this. But this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I got two Sviolins. I guess I'll put that over there. Oh, we got another foil, old school Terminal Agony here. Foil Sketch. Oh, wow. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get any of these until now. Prismatic Ending is, I hear, showing up at a lot of tournaments lately, and this is the retro frame foil. So that's very good. Diamond Lion, one of the few cats in this set. One of the only ones that you could play in your cat deck, but would not be good there.
Yeah.
And I got the retro frame foil, which is really great. We're coming up on the last very exciting, potentially, card in the whole collection, and it is a foil borderless Mishra's Factory. Which is cool. It's not, one of the most valuable cards in the set, but I like it. It's neat. And Treasure with a Beast on the other side. Okay. Wow. So, I'm going to do a little, math and work after the fact here, try to figure out how much money I actually got from all of this. But I think it's more than what I paid. And it's weird. I got a Misty Rainforest, a Scalding Tarn, an Arid Mesa, a Marsh Flats, and a Verdant Catacombs. I got exactly one of each of the fetch lands. No more, no less. Almost like it's planned. But it wasn't. Anyway, that has been a pretty exciting Modern Horizons 2 Collector Booster Pack opened.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased, but I'm still missing a dragon, so I'm going to have to... Well... Actually, we're doing a free draft with this. So, I'm going to end up with the cards at the end of it. There's probably a dragon in there.
There could be.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to trade away or sell away the rest, any of the duplicates I don't need. Maybe I don't need this, you know. Make somebody else happy, and then get things I actually do need. Anyway, I think this is a good place to wrap it up, of course. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great summer, and I hope to start seeing you all at stores soon. If you're not already vaccinated, get vaccinated. And, you know, Magic the Gathering without the Gathering has been a harrowing time, and I'm excited to get back to the Gathering. Take care, everybody.